The girl in the garden who looked just like me. Sometimes the person we need to remember is the one we used to be. Margaret had just turned 73 when she returned to her childhood home for the first time in over 5 decades. The little cottage on Willow Lane had long since been sold and passed through the hands of others. But now, by some twist of fate, it was hers again. The new owner, a kind woman who had inherited the place but had no need for it, offered it to Margaret at a price too symbolic to refuse. Stepping through the front gate, Margaret felt like a barefoot girl again, with dirt on her knees and summer in her hair. The garden was overgrown, the swing was gone, and the ivy had crept halfway up the stone walls. But something in the air hadn't changed. It was still her. On the third evening of her stay, as twilight softened the sky into lavender, Margaret wandered into the back garden with a cup of tea. That's when she saw her. A little girl, perhaps 7 or 8, was crouched beneath the old oak tree, weaving flowers into a crooked chain. Her dress was simple, her hair chestnut brown and a bit wild. There was something startlingly familiar about the curve of her nose, the way her shoulders hunched when she focused. Margaret called out gently, "Hello there, sweetheart. Are you lost?" The girl looked up, eyes wide, startled, but not afraid. She smiled. "No, I live here." Margaret blinked. "You do?" The girl nodded. "At least, I used to." Then she giggled, stood up, and ran across the grass, barefoot, fast, just like Margaret had, decades ago. The next morning, Margaret returned to the same spot. The girl was there again, this time swinging a stick like a sword, chasing invisible dragons through the tall grass. Over the next few days, their conversations deepened. The girl was bright, curious, full of laughter. Margaret found herself laughing too, in ways she hadn't for years. They talked about the things they loved: strawberry jam, puddle jumping, secret journals, and the fear of being forgotten. One afternoon, as the sun stretched long golden fingers across the garden, Margaret sat down beside the girl. "What's your name?" she asked, though deep down, she thought she already knew. The girl looked at her with serious eyes. "You know it. You just forgot for a while." Margaret's breath caught. Then the girl stood up, brushing grass off her knees, and whispered, "It's okay to miss her, but she never really left. She's always been here, waiting." And just like that, without a sound, the girl vanished. Only the breeze remained, rustling the oak leaves above. Margaret sat there for a long time, hands clasped in her lap. She looked down and noticed something tucked in the grass beside her. It was a flower chain, clumsy, crooked, imperfect. Exactly how she'd made them as a child. Tears welled in her eyes, but they were warm, not of sorrow, but of recognition, of homecoming. That night, Margaret wrote in her journal for the first time in years. She wrote to the little girl, to herself, "You are not forgotten. You are loved. You are still here." And somehow, she slept better than she had in decades. If this story touched your heart, leave A in the comments and subscribe for more stories that remind us who we are and who we've always been.